Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and today we are doing episode 6 of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So we're in the halfway, or the, past the halfway point now in this show, and it seems like things are finally starting to pick up. You know, we are getting introduced to a lot of the main, I guess, factions in this story at this point, you know. Norman, Peter, Harry now learned that Peter was Spider-Man, which is kind of fun. Lonnie is now starting to get accustomed to his life in the, in his gang with everyone. It seems like now that he's gained the respect of the boss man, he seems to, it seems like he's going to take a more of a a liking to everything. As if there's one thing about Tombstone in most versions, is that he is very much fond of his job, and now that he's even got the mantle of Tombstone, it feels like we're in that position where, things are going to be going badly in his personal life due to his responsibilities to the gang, but because they're giving him respect now, he's going to be in favor of being with them a lot more. And, like I said, maybe we'll get some chemical nonsense in there that turns him a little more, a little more peached out, a little rougher skin maybe, and we'll see what happens with him. No idea what's going on with Otto right now. Like, that's just insanity. And, that I don't know how much that's going to come up in this season. If we're really going to get all of these factions, like, by the season finale, I have no idea. And then, obviously, you've got Nico's relationship troubles with Peter right now. So, yeah, things are going not good. Not good. But, yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Hope you guys are as well. Let's just begin. So guys, episode 6. Let's do it.
Holy crap, you're Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man.
You dude at the desk.
You're hanging out with Harry Osborne? In addition to being a vapid pretty boy, he's the heir of a big business tycoon.
You are the man selling weapons.
Oh yeah, I forgot Otto's got the classic suit.
Situation, it's all beneath me. My name should be held
That's something I'm really glad they brought back.
Banner. Osborne.
Love the old suit.
Her name's Camilla Black. She's lieutenant for the local riffraff.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you've got Matt Gargan's crew as well.
Pushing back Gargan and Camilla will be knocking on their front door.
Big mistake, kid.
We should call you Tombstone.
Kinda like it.
Yep.
Nico.
He likes
I hope
the
it's
life.
cool I invited Harry.
Nice to meet you.
That was so not cool, man. Like, come on. Like, she made it very clear she wasn't fond of the guy very recently. Yep, now she's feeling like a third wheel, and we'll see where that goes. But, it's a Spider-Man show. Like, there's got to be some romantic troubles in there. And like I said, he's, like, not mentioned Pearl in a while, so maybe it will be Nico. That suit will never be forgotten. It's beyond silly, but honestly... Oh, I want to see that in the next Spidey game. Spidey 3. Honestly, I would use that a lot. It's a shame how many suits were just gone from the second game, But it is what it is, it happens. Now that the game's on PC, we can mod those back in. And I like his modern suit. Like, it's nothing like the others, but I definitely dig the modern one.
After the armistice, negotiations were held to draft the Treaty of Versailles. It was signed on, and remember this date, people.
Nico.
I know you're not paying
Hey,
attention.
Nico.
But June 28th.
Can you get Nico for me?
What? No.
Please, it's important.
Dude, leave me alone. I don't even know you.
Oh, well, hi, I'm Peter. It's nice
Wow.
to meet you. Now,
Hi. Is my teaching getting in the way of your conversation? You two can both see me after class.
A little bit. Yeah.
Peter, I know you're doing well in this class, but that doesn't mean you can goof off and distract the other students.
I'm really sorry, Miss Anand.
Just focus up. I'd hate to see another student placed on probation after, well, you probably already know.
Lonnie.
Yeah. What do I already know?
Lonnie. Everything's changing.
I hate that I have to do this, but
He missed the day.
I warned you, Lincoln.
In spite of everything, this was gonna be a season to remember. Ain't gonna be the same without you, kid. Put her there.
Damn. Oh. Oh, that actually goes a mile. Wouldn't even respect this coach.
So you're just done with the team then?
According to Coach, I am.
That's all you're gonna say? You don't have to explain yourself to him, but I think I'm owed something as someone you supposedly care about.
Pearl, I do care about you.
Then where have you even been, Lon? Skipping your games? Not showing up for class? I don't understand.
And at the end of the day,
what are you doing?
this is all his brother's fault.
My family. They come first, and they still need me. This place doesn't.
Lonnie, please. Nothing's been the same since I drove you home that day.
Yep.
There's more to this. Just talk to me. Maybe I can help.
No, you can't. I've always tried so hard to live up to how everyone here sees me. It's a relief not to have to worry about that anymore.
Oof.
Lonnie, school isn't over. Lonnie!
And we're on... oh, damn! He's just straight up leaving. And we're literally just halfway through the show at this point with this much progress in 5 episodes.
Because we have a huge
Just imagine what 5 more is going to do to him.
I guess that makes sense.
You don't have to be paranoid, Pete. I'm always honest with you, just like you are with me.
Right. Well then, honestly, I feel guilty that I invited Harry along to see the movie with us without talking to you first.
As you
I
should.
was worried you might have been upset.
That was a dick move.
That? Nah, it's cool, Pete.
No, that was a dick move.
A heads up next time will be nice, but no sweat.
Okay, great. Heads up, I want all 3 of us to hang out again. Tonight, at my house.
I don't know about that, Pete.
Yeah.
I see enough of him online. This morning, he made a sponsor post for luxury water. It's just water, but more expensive.
Look, if you guys just spend a little time together, I think you'll become super good friends.
Oh yeah? How'd you arrive at that conclusion, Mr. Matchmaker?
Yeah.
Transitive property? If Peter plus Nico equals friendship, and Peter plus
She
Harry
doesn't
also equals
like
friendship,
him, man.
theoretically,
Let it go.
Nico
It's
plus
not worth
Harry
it.
Equal friendship too.
Okay. If it'll get you to stop doing algebra
You
with
can
my
have
name,
different
I'll
friend
promote.
groups.
Awesome, because Nico plus Peter always equals a good time.
Wow.
I'm serious. Nico plus math equals a homicidal rampage.
I'd see that. I'd be excited.
No Lincoln again, huh? All right. Well, you need a partner, Parker. Join up with Pearl and Emma.
Nice.
Hey, guess where it's
One in distress, one could not give less of a shit. There was not an extra seat
you
there.
know what's going on with Lonnie, though?
Who knows? One week, it's all going great, and the next, he can't be bothered to tell me what's really going on.
Yeah.
Forget that. Forget him.
Oof.
Let's just do our lab work, Peter. Who are you?
Wow.
Bonnie, what a surprise. Where'd you catch an early train?
Yeah. Made a good time.
Oh, no practice?
Cancel.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
kick your shoes
That-
off before you come in the kitchen.
That's only gonna last for so long. That excuse.
Bull, I'm supposed to be the screw-up, not you.
You think I like lying to them, Dre? It's not like I can explain I twisted my life up for the 110.
Oh, to save me.
Yeah, try being a little more grateful.
Man, it was the wrong call. I've always had less to lose than you. That's why I started rolling with those guys in the first place. Look, I just wanted a place to feel useful. A place where people didn't know me as your little brother, but you went and took that too, huh?
Leave it, Dre. What's done is done.
But it's not done, Lonnie. You can't hide what you're doing forever. You think mom and dad aren't gonna ask questions when they show up to graduation ready to take pictures and you're not there? Where you going now?
A genuine
Anywhere you go
fair
now.
point. These are things you got to think about, you know. This lifestyle can only last a couple months at most before it comes out.
Be a third wheel to you and Nico though.
No,
Yes.
definitely not. Why would you think that?
Because last time we all hung out, I felt like a third wheel.
Look, I know
Honestly.
it's hard to like play catch up and force being friends with each other, but don't worry. I'll be there to make sure everyone's gelling.
I get it, like,
Vibing.
he's hyped, he has more friends now and whatnot, and he wants them to be friends as well. But
Mr. Osborne,
this just isn't gonna work.
like
These
a
two
secret
just
agent.
work
Pew,
like
pew.
oil and water.
Yeah, not bad, Dad.
Just dressing the part for a charity dinner. I guess we're all taking the night off. Deservedly so. Enjoy, boys.
Let me grab my bag from Pop's office, and then we can head out too, dude.
Oh, he's even got like the green serviette thing.
Jean? You're not supposed to be up here.
Then why are you here?
I am
friends
supposed to
with
be up
Mr.
here.
Osborne's son. He gave me special access, but otherwise, no one's supposed to be on this floor.
Guess I did not realize that. Catch you later, Skeeter.
Yeah, something sussy's going on.
All right, ready?
It's so obvious, but I don't know what it is.
I found the guac in the back of the fridge, so just, beware.
Got it.
Now, I set up Ben's old VCR and organized
Oh
his
my
movie,
god,
you guys.
what?
And just so you know, I put all the R-rated stuff that you definitely should not watch right on top.
You're the best man.
Wow.
You are not so bad yourself. Be safe, kiddo. And do not wait up for me.
So, how's everything tasting?
Hey, what kind of caviar is this? It's so sweet and chewy.
A little subtlety, please.
Oh, for real? I've never had them. They're bomb.
This is peasant
You've never
food, okay?
had a
He
raisin?
doesn't know what it
I
is.
definitely need this recipe, though. Your mom's an awesome chef, dude.
She's pretty great, but May's actually my aunt. My mom passed away a while back.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. I should have assumed. Hey, my mom's not around anymore either.
Yeah. Bonding.
And
now
Nico
Nico's
actually
the
lives
third
in a
wheel.
foster family, so that means we all... Huh?
Have tragic backstories.
Not exactly a killer icebreaker, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, new idea. I have something perfect. Let's watch an old movie.
Yo, are those VHS tapes?
Totally vintage.
I know, right?
Insane. Let me see.
I'm surprised Harry even knows what a VHS is.
So does this.
Oh, let's watch yours.
Oh, no, yours. I insist.
No, mine might be too scary. So,
Guys,
you're
one
picking
this
it.
time,
You don't
one
even
the
know.
next time. It's that
I
simple.
used to just feel like the movie you picked is a superior movie, even though I haven't seen it yet.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it does. You look like a movie pro.
You're the one that looks like he walked out of Sundance.
Yeah. Wait, was that a compliment? Or...
Guys, it's cool. Nico wants a slasher, and Harry, you want an action movie. That's no problem because we got Predator.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh. Damn, you found a compromise. How do you work this thing?
I think it tried to bite you.
There you go. You can both be confused on
Yo,
technology.
You need to explain how to...
Everything okay, Pete? You seem distracted.
No, I don't care about this. Tonight, I'm hanging with you guys.
Nice. You should really take that thing to a repair shop. That's making me cringe just looking at that screen.
But the road to recovery starts here, which is why I want to personally thank some of our top donors to the disaster relief effort. Mr. Norman Osborne, Oscorp. Mrs. Eleanor Bishop, Bishop Security.
Don't recognize these guys off design.
Secretary Ross.
Mr. Osborne, enjoying the party?
Of course. The bacon wrap dates were well worth the $100,000 check I cut for the cause.
Wow.
Pretty soon organizations like this won't have to rely on you to bankroll cleanup anymore. The unstable status quo will be greatly tempered now that the Sokovia Accords are in effect.
I'm sure.
Lovely.
Although we both know not everyone has fallen in line with the Accords. How is the search for Steve Rogers going?
That's classified, of course. A bit above your, substantial...
Like, they're bringing in so many MCU plot lines. You gotta assume they'll come up at some point.
Chorus of support. Anything you need.
The Avengers, at
we
least.
graciously offer our services, whether that be in the form of government contracts or assisting you in bringing in any rogue Avengers that are in violation of the Accords. And in the interest of transparency, you should know we have recently been deploying a superhuman asset of our own here in New York.
Is that so?
Spider.
Spider-Man. Obviously, I am more than happy to cooperate with registration, but what I provide must remain classified, proprietary secrets.
Oh, we can keep this quiet. As long as you're willing to sign on behalf of this John Gallo.
I'm glad we can
Wow.
come to an understanding. I have big ways to expand on this project. Ways for Oscorp to provide cutting-edge security solutions.
You guys can look at
worldwide.
that?
You might want to start with security solutions for your own building.
Oh, that.
I'll look into that.
That's embarrassing.
You have to roll doubles to get out of jail, Harry.
Whoa. I thought I had a get out of jail free card.
No, you traded it to me for my pink trivia wedge.
Oof.
Right. Well, I'll trade it back for your battleship I saw.
Peter can't trade again until he's out of the chocolate swamp, remember?
What on earth are you? What on earth are you guys playing? Monopoly with chess pieces? Like.
Play every game at once.
I'm winning, I think. What? I never agreed to turning my phone off. How's you think, Peter? Sup? You got Harry?
Harry, put Peter on the phone.
Oh.
Nice.
It's for you.
Mr. Osborne, is everything okay?
There's been a breach reported on the ground floor at Oscorp Tower, and the on-site security is not responding. I need you to suit up and investigate.
But I thought you said this was like a night off. Because we kind of just started
Peter?
This will be quick. I just need you to ensure Oscorp is not compromised.
You've got a boss, bro.
Important.
Right. Okay.
Much appreciated. I'll circle back soon.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
Sorry, he was asking my opinion on some Oscorp stuff.
Must have been big to need an answer so fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was gonna change the name of
It's gonna
the
sting,
company.
like...
He was like, what do you think, Osmar?
It's gotta happen in this season. I really hope it does. But it's gonna hurt when, you know, best friend for how many years, you know, learns that he's Spider-Man, but also learns she's the last person to know that he's Spider-Man. Like, you know, he's known Harry for less than a week. He found out the secret by accident, but you can't trust Nico with it now due to how many people know. It's like... That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt big time.
And I was
And
like,
I'm excited for it.
You should stick with Oscorp.
Wow. He must have gotten hammered at that charity dinner.
All right. Well, let's rewind the movie. I totally lost track of what was going on.
Well, actually, while I was back there, I saw we were out of soda, so I'm gonna just run really quick and buy some at the corner store.
I'll come with you.
That's okay.
Damn.
No.
Yeah, that's awkward. Leaving them together.
Make sure no one robs us.
You're the glue that binds this current group. Awkward. Not fun for either. You better not forget that soda, though. What up?
Whoa.
Do they actually want you, or is this just intimidation tactics? Wow. Very precise.
Out cold.
What is this? Like a new Black Cat-esque potato? Maybe?
Hey, I want...
Nice.
Sorry, you go.
That's okay. I didn't have anything after, so...
Me neither. How far is that corner store?
So long. I'll call him.
Yo, are those tarot?
Huh? Yeah, you know what that is?
Totally. I'm actually super into that type of spiritual stuff.
Really?
Yeah, check it
Damn.
out. This is Lapis Lazuli. Look.
I could give you a reading if you want.
We
let's do
actually
it.
have a bonding experience between Nico and Harry Osborne. That's gonna be great. Good for you, Pete. Until you become the third wheel, and then it's like, ooh. But we'll see what happens.
Stop right there.
What?
Don't mind me.
Daredevil? What the fuck?
So soon?
Huh?
Get to know each other. Hang out for a while.
What is the Daredevil doing in this show?
This stuff is sticky.
Yeah.
That is super random.
Kind of my thing. Isn't that obvious?
Not from my perspective, but I'll make a mental note of it.
Wow.
I guess you saw that coming.
Not quite.
Yeah, wrong choice of words, but it's okay, you couldn't know. Alright, so Daredevil vs. Spider-Man. That is very random. I haven't seen this matchup since, well, the 90s show. But hey, hero vs. hero is always cool. Always. Thing is, what is he doing breaking into Oscorp?
Oh man, we're so high up.
Indeed.
This is incredible. Definitely top 5 super battles for me. What about
Wow.
you?
I don't really keep track, kid. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well,
Really good at fighting.
Thanks. You're not.
Whatever. I'm definitely getting better. And if I catch the actual devil during a BNE, that's gotta make me like the greatest crime fighter of all time.
wow, calm down.
I can tell you're young, you're trying to do the right thing, but this isn't it.
Also, like, come on, man. Are we forgetting Peter has super strength in this show? Like, Daredevil should not be able to stop his punches like this.
I'm trying to help you understand what's really going on. Osborne is hiding something.
That's obvious.
Everyone's hiding something, including you. Or did you forget you're wearing a mask?
What? What? Bro, you're not Cap Shield.
Dreams, kid.
What is this? Spider-Man knocked out by a baton.
The darker forces that hold you back.
Cool. So now I flip the other card over and try to find the match, yeah?
What? I thought you said you were into this stuff.
We're not playing Snap.
I am, but like, I guess fashion accessories. I don't actually believe in it.
Wow.
Forget it.
Look,
You idiot.
sorry, Nico. I really appreciate you giving me a chance here. I don't make a lot of friends, okay? It's lucky I even met Peter.
Yeah, Pete's great. That's why we're best friends.
Yeah, I know, and I think that's awesome because Peter's so awesome. So, like,
Wow.
you two probably have an awesome friendship.
Absolutely, we do.
Nice.
And I'm
And
not
she's
trying to come between.
territorial.
Don't worry, you can't. Pete and I have each other's backs. Been like that since day one.
And yet you don't know his big
We're a
secret.
dynamic duo, you know?
He
We take care of
does.
everything.
Oh, that's gonna come up, and I am
Even
ready for it.
No. What?
You gonna let him?
Peter's secret?
His secret.
You just gonna spill it?
Yeah, all of them.
But out of curiosity,
You'll have to be more specific.
I didn't think we'd know right now, but apparently so. You okay?
Gallo, put Spider-Man on the phone. Give me a sit rep.
Okay.
Nice.
What's a sit rep?
Tell me what happened.
Oh, right. Well, it
Was a break-in. There was this guy dressed like a devil, and he said you were hiding something.
The Daredevil.
Stay there. We'll talk this out in person.
Wait, Mr. Osborne, I can't. Nico and Harry are waiting
I'm
for...
pulling into the garage now. Just wait. I'll be up shortly, and I'll explain everything.
Yeah, you have no idea how long you've even been out. You know, the dinner's over, for God's sake.
I know what the thief must have been after. I've been doing research into the devices you encountered on those criminals.
You have? Since when?
Since I first saw them and had a suspicion about where they came from.
Dr. Otto Octavius. Yep.
Who's that?
A gifted scientist. Not unlike you, Peter. He's a mind with unlimited potential and unlimited vision as well. I brought Otto into the fold at Oscorp years ago because I believed in him, in his ideas. He was great for the company.
Well, if he's so great, why is he turning every crook in New York City into walking weapons?
Because he could never quite get over himself. Otto hated sharing recognition with me for what we accomplished at Oscorp. After everything we'd been through, he stole the projects we worked on together and took them underground. This is a modular smart alloy we were developing to protect U.S. soldiers. You encountered it being used in that young woman's arm blades of that jewelry heist.
This could have been revolutionary.
And he's just repurposing it and giving it away?
Yep.
It's shameful what he's been reduced
Black
to.
market deals and all
All
that.
because of his own arrogance. Because he couldn't stop believing that the world owed him something for his brilliance. Money, fame, respect. Even if he got all three, I don't think he'd be happy.
Yeah.
If we stop
With an
Octavius,
ego like that, it
stop
has
his
to
design
always
from
be a
getting
new
in the wrong
milestone.
hands. I wish I'd known this sooner.
I couldn't pin the blame on Otto until I knew for sure it was him. But now that he sent that devil to try to dig into my files on him, there's no question.
Well, are you sure they're working together? Because the guy I fought tonight wasn't like the others. He was trained and smart. And he didn't rely on some gimmicky piece of tech.
Sounds like a professional. Otto hired someone reliable for this job because he knows he's in trouble. The truth is, because his Octavius tech is modified from old Oscorp designs, I think we can track him down through it.
Really?
It'll take time, and we'll have to figure out what type of power he's using to get this gear operational. But yes, really. Otto knows I'm coming for him, and he's too scared to face an old...
Maybe in this world he's using the Chitauri tech instead of the Vulture.
My friends! I have to get back. Bye, Mr. Osborne.
Possible, you know? Nice.
Hey, the bodega was out of soda, but I got ice.
No soda? Bummer. Are you sure Spider-Man can't get us some pee?
Oh my god, you know.
He's in there, right? Ha
What are you talking about?
Harry was trying to tell me that you're...
Oof. The Spider-Man! Yep. That's now 3 people that have found out in this show.
I gotta go.
All you're missing is Lonnie and then we're good. Yep.
I thought she knew.
Yep. That's gonna be complicated. I love how casual people are just finding this out.
Carmilla hasn't made any more moves against us. She was probably just trying to freak you out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, intimidation.
If you're worried, you can stay the night here. We'll keep you safe.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, Don.
Oh, I really like how far they've come. Just since he saved his life, they are like so tight now.
Plan worked.
Like, he actually has compassion for his boys. Like that's awesome.
Mr. Gargan, let me just say,
And they're together.
Gorgeous.
Otto and Matt Gargan together. I mean, really, there wasn't anyone who could really make the Scorpion suit, you know, outside of Otto, I guess, at this point. So makes sense. Makes sense. He's the weapons manufacturer. A nice shade of green, because of course. But yeah, this is you know, not good. This is not good at all. But I'm hyped. We've even got the Daredevil, because of course we had more to go. Wow. We have like the same like serviette thing in his pocket in the episode. Your friendly neighborhood Spidey, my man. Oh yeah. So, that was episode 6 of the Spider-Man, everybody. And we really are starting to, you know, open up about a lot of things. It's crazy just the pacing in this and how much is happening, you know, right off the bat. I do believe a season 2 has been confirmed for this show. But we are pretty much using full advantage of all of the different factions we've introduced in this very season. It feels like until the end, which is, like I said, pretty wild, actually. You know, we've got actually Otto still being relevant, even deploying him in the Matt Gargan stuff, which is going to bring Peter into, like, the whole, you know, gang territorial dispute we have in this show at this point, you know. Donovan, you know, he's looking out for Lonnie now, which is pretty cool. And like I said, now that, you know, Lonnie is aware that he has to isolate himself from his own personal life at this point, it it's seeping him far more into the the gang division now that, like we said, he feels as though, like they are the only ones he can be completely honest with, and now that they are treating him with respect and camaraderie, like he's just getting more into it. He's gonna actually, be more into this. I mean, for God's sake, like we're kind of splitting the Tombstone thing between these two because it seems like, Big Don kind of has the build of Tombstone. He has like the classic, massive kind of hunk build of him. But Lonnie is the Tombstone, so I'm really just curious, like, where that's gonna go, because Tombstone is always known for his strength, his bravery, him kind of being like the big daddy on the top. Like, I don't know if, now that Matt Gargan has a prototype of the Scorpion suit, if he's gonna kill Donovan and he's gonna make like Lonnie the successor or something, and he's gonna run the entire, gang operation, like, something maybe to that effect, like, it's obvious that Matt's gonna make his move very, very soon. But I'm not quite sure, like, what that's gonna mean for Lonnie, because, like, he's got a personal, like, he's on Matt's shit list right now. He's the one who stopped him from taking out Donovan. So, like, where's that gonna go? Like, how's Lonnie gonna get out of this? Seriously. But it is still cool that we're seeing the effects of Lonnie at this point. Pearl was almost like a non-character at this point. She has just been completely pushed out, from Lonnie and the screen time, and even Peter, like, barely thinks of her at this point, But I am really curious to see where we actually, like, go with that, right? Because I don't assume we're just going to push her out entirely. But with how Lonnie is doing, like, we'll see. And I do think that, like, his brother's probably gonna just up and spill the beans from his parents, for his own brother's sake. We got the whole, living in the shadow of his brother thing here, and now he's taken the one thing over, which is a gang. Not something you need to feel bad about, but I definitely do feel bad for both Lonnie and his brother, because the whole living in the shadow of his, of his big brother, that's a very obvious angle they're going with there. But at the same time, everything that made Lonnie special is kind of been ripping away from him now. So we'll see what goes on with that. Like I said, I assume, like, the main thing is about general control with Osborne. Like, I assume that, like, the big secret here is he's just trying to be the one everyone goes to. He's trying to really be, like, the Lex Luthor of New York City, where he basically controls everything on the inside. And it feels like he's trying to expand beyond that with the Avengers, making, Spider-Man, possibly making new heroes to overtake the Avengers, or maybe, like, try to bring them into his own group with the the Synovia Accords and whatnot. It feels like that's his general goal, is to really control a lot of the aspects here, and obviously there is a lot actually going on, like like Daredevil was alluding to, obviously he's not letting the main stuff out, but he is letting enough out to where it's kind of drawing suspicion away from him in Peter's mind, the whole, like, tech being, a research project from Osborne, or from Otto, that they were in together. Like, it's enough truth to push out any doubt or suspicion that Peter has right now, which is interesting. And yeah, like I said, I don't know where we're going with that. I mean, we had, like, our random, like, pseudo kind of Rhino in this show at this point, and we're bringing in Scorpion now. I don't know if, like, season 2 we're building to a genuine Sinister Six already, because you've got, like, Osborne's gotta become Goblin at some point. Maybe not this season, but at some point down the line, he probably will be an enemy of Peter's, But you've got the Rhino, you've got Doc Ock, like, Scorpion. That's 3 at least. I don't think Tombstone's ever been part of the Sinister Six, but maybe he has in an off chapter I don't know about. He's no recognizable one, so I mean, I don't know, but with how quickly we're kind of moving things along in this show, I could see, us bringing in more classic villains at some point anyway, and then we'll get just enough to where we can make a Sinister Six. And like I said, I don't know, man. I definitely feel like Spider-Man is a little weak in this show, like we said. I feel like he is struggling with certain characters a lot more than he should do. It really feels like, much with MCU Peter, we're kind of foregoing the spider sense in general, but also, like, his physical strength just seems kind of whack in this one, like, I don't know, he should not be struggling as much as he is with some of these characters. I will definitely say, like, the Rhino girl, like, all she had was the helmet, and, like, that'll be pretty easy to deal with, I feel like, with Spider-Man. I know we're going with the angle, like, he is, new to this whole thing, but even Tom Holland's Peter was, I feel like, a little better than this, he still had the physical aspect of Spider-Man, but it feels like we are kind of lacking in that in certain areas here. But, I don't know, we'll see where we go with that. And of course, the final thing we have is the kind of push away from Nico, because, yeah, now that she knows the secret, she's going to be pissed off at the fact that she was the... Jesus. I hope you can't hear that, but there are some drillings going on right now. You know, learning the fact that she is not only the last person to find out about this, but she's also someone who learned after, like, someone new in Peter's life. You know, as she said, she's quite protective of Peter. She's quite proud of the fact that she is, like, his #1 best friend, and she is, you know, someone who finds out after the fact that someone else finds out. And not only did she know that, it didn't even come from Peter himself as being Spider-Man. So, you know, that's definitely going to put a wedge between them right now. And like we said, it might even take her out of the season until, like, the finale or possibly a season 2. You know, those kind of secrets. You can definitely tell how much that hurt Nico to learn like that. And I don't know. We'll see. But we'll definitely get into now, like, you know, we're getting into the, like, the personal aspect of Peter's life and how being Spider-Man really does mess with that. So I am liking what we are seeing. I'm definitely liking it. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Episode 6, pretty cool stuff. I'm excited for 7, and I'll see you guys next time.